If you want to know who Stilo is as a person, who Stilo relates to the most, if it was an album. Yo, welcome back to my channel, Swifties. Is your humble and gracious host. If you're returning back, know it's been a while. Welcome back. Your first time seeing my face, first time being on my channel. I am Stilo. I do Taylor Swift and Swiftie content every now and then. Some find it enjoyable, some don't. Hope you enjoy it. But you clicked on the thumbnail, clicked on the title, you already know what type of video this is. This is me ranking my favorite Taylor Swift albums from how I interpreted it as what is the most enjoyable and least enjoyable. I'm not determining the quality of it. I understand that every album in Taylor Swift's catalog has a special place in different fans' hearts. So I'm not here really to critique it, say anything is bad, because I honestly don't feel that about any of her albums. Just more so letting you in on my journey through her catalog and what I gravitated to the most as far as music goes. So if you see me looking down, I'll be looking at my notes. I didn't memorize all this. Some will call that unprofessional, but whatever. You need to leave. You're still going to get a great video. We're going to enjoy our time together as usual. Let's get it started. All right? So once again, let me remind you, just in case someone gets mad or tries to clip this, these are not ranked based on execution. Just my own enjoyment of it. Them drums got some oomph to it. Let's get it started. Taylor Swift's debut album. For the simple reason that I cannot really get into most country. I feel like the songwriting has to be extremely tight and the production has to be bouncy and perfect for me to even begin to listen to the lyrics. I have to be beat first, production first, lyrics second. Well, vocals, then lyrics. So everything has to be just perfect. So that's no offense to Taylor. It's just that this genre particularly isn't for me. Fearless is probably that medium for me. Next on the list, on something that I didn't enjoy as much, but I saw the value in, we have Evermore. I feel like I have to be in the mood to listen to Evermore. I did a review of both Evermore and Folklore in detail. Right to your window. So if you want to see more of my thoughts on that, it's on the channel. But the pacing is very slow, and I have to be in similar wavelength to really be receptive to the music, or I feel like it's going to go in one ear and out the other. And I have to see the lyrics up front. I feel like that's the experience of Evermore. In my opinion, you let me know. Next is Fearless. I didn't know who I was supposed to be at 15. Me either. Very relatable. But I found time can heal most anything, and you just might find who you're a lot of great youthful themes on this album. She details love in such a captivating and innocent way. It's really dope to gravitate to. I feel like she has a very youthful spirit as a songwriter. And as honest and truthful she is, I feel like with those combinations as a person that she brings to the table as a songwriter into her music, it makes it easier for people from different age groups to gravitate to Taylor's music. I've always noticed that. But the swing of Love Story, the progression of the tempo, she got my feet tapping, head nodding. Good record. Hey Steven, great hook. Very magical. And if I was Steven, I'd be pleased. Hey Steven, boy, you might have me believing I don't always have to be alone. I like this one. Out of everything I've heard before, I mean, You Belong With Me is a banger. Very pleased. You Belong With Me is one of the greatest hooks in the modern era. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. Even if you're not a Taylor fan, casual, someone that's heard maybe Taylor in passing, maybe someone that's heard this record and cannot identify that this is a Taylor Swift record, we've all heard this hook. Let's be completely honest. Mr. Perfectly Fine is probably my favorite record on here, if I'm being honest. Okay. Moving on. Speak Now. This album reminds me of the show Victorious. You remember the show Victorious with Victoria Justice and Ari? I feel like I would enjoy this album a lot more during that time, and it feels a lot more dated at this current moment in 22. Of course, the sound has changed tremendously since then. She's grown as a songwriter. She's grown as an artist. Her voice has gotten stronger. So you can understand how I feel about that. However, I say this while admitting, from Dear John onwards, like from Dear John throughout the entire second album, incredible. It's an incredible album. I love Mean, an anthem. You may ask why? Because people are really mean. People are really bitter. And I feel like, don't bring that around me. And if you're going to bring that around me, I'm going to use that energy to do positive and great things. I don't need to stoop down to your level and to your frequency. You know? Don't bring that around me. You feel me? Never Grow Up. Solid record. And I'd be tripping not to mention Enchanted. Innocent is fire too. Vocal stacks on Innocent. I got a chef kiss. You know? Vocal stacks are impressive. Good song. I love Last Kiss as well. Moving on, Folklore. I feel like out of Evermore and Folklore, I've said this also on the review on Folklore on my channel, that it's easier to get into because the tempo was more summery. The pace wasn't as slow, in my opinion. The great things about both these albums that I heard a creative risk in her taking risks with her voice and textures in her voice that I hadn't previously heard as a passive listener of Taylor. I wasn't even like a casual listener before starting my journey on, this Taylor Swift journey. So hearing that for the first time, I was very impressed.
But it would have been fun if you would have been the one.
I feel like in Folklore, I was able to just nod along with the tempo and still appreciate some of the similar themes. I still feel like they're cousins, right? They're like sister or cousin albums. They're similar, but I feel like in different seasons. That's how I felt. 1989 is the next album in ranking for enjoyment for me. What more can I say about this album? Generational hits, style, Shake It Off, Bad Blood. I can't wait to hear this, what the new recordings, the re-recordings of 1989 is going to sound like since her voice has gotten stronger. She became a better vocalist over the years, from my perspective, just hearing what I've heard. So I'm really interested. Is that a golf club? Blank space. I recently reviewed This Love. Maybe you caught it. If you haven't, it's because I had to take it down due to copyright. But I forgot this was on this album. Someone had to remind me that This Love was on this album. I enjoyed it a lot. Solid album. What I like the most, 13 records, in and out, very concise. I like concise albums. It's great for the attention span. Great for wanting to stay invested throughout it so you don't feel any types of fatigue. Taylor has a lot of long albums, and you have to space them out. You have to space out the experience. But I know this is probably a lot of fans' favorite album, top 3, worthy for sure. It's ranked here for me. Now, Red, bangers all the way through.
Never, ever, ever getting back together.
I pretty much can play this album all the way through with no skips. No skips at all. It feels like a fall album. I like fall albums. I like the tempo the album maintains. And this is an album I don't particularly feel like I have to be in the mood to listen to. Like, I feel like what I mean by that is that I can throw this album on in any mood. Like, however I'm feeling, if it's on, it's just, it catches my ear. From the production, from the songwriting. A lot of great drums on this. If I had to get more in specific, Holy Ground is so good. I don't know where this ranks for y'all as far as fans goes, but as someone that's a casual listener now, the background vocals and what? I'm not even going to try. I might throw a little soundbite. Not even going to try. But it's very addictive. Love State of Grace too. Felt like she was singing her heart out on State of Grace. Vocal performance really gravitated me towards the record. Acoustic version is beautiful. Pretty voice. And Darling, You Got Your Demons, and They All Look Like Me. Holy. From Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. And the drums on Moment I Knew. Special. And then once I learned the meaning of the record Ronin, detailing the 3-year-old boy that passed on, that was a great touch on the album for me as well. Top 3 for me. Top 3. Now the next 2, big tunes, big anthems. Lover, Sticky, very cute album. A lot of jump on your bed and sing into your hairbrush music. Oh, by the way, this is also on Patreon, free right now. You don't have to pay anything. Red is on Patreon. 1989 is on Patreon. Half of Fearless is on Patreon. So if you want to listen to me react to those, it's over there. Copyright is just so intense. I'm sorry, I would love to bring it on here, but I don't really respect us reactors, so I have to review it. But moving on, London Boy, Cruel Summer, Paper Rings, You Need to Calm Down, Me, smashes. I feel like this is 1989 evolved. And like, you know how a lot of people consider 1989 as pop royalty? I feel like what she did with 1989, she expanded on with Lover. She added a lot of different textures to the music. A lot of the records are atmospheric. For example, one of the records, I had to write this down. False God. How y'all feel about False God? A lot of atmosphere, production sprinkled on this song throughout the album. I feel like this album is a lot more polished and brighter. Has a lot of artistic splashes of color, like the self-titled song Lover. I feel like the tempo of that, the richness in her voice, I can tell she was taking a different step in her artistic journey, adding another layer to her tool belt. Reputation. The favorite album in Taylor Swift's catalog for Stilo, definitely Reputation. I have the full tour reaction, if you're interested in that, on my channel right now. You can see my energy in that. I'm gonna throw a cutaway in here. I'm gonna throw a cutaway of just the energy. I put my phone on airplane mode. Not even my mama can reach me. It's just me and the Swifties, baby. I gravitated to this album the most. I had the most fun listening to Reputation. I was invested all the way through. I also have an album reaction too. So there's an album reaction on my channel of Reputation, and there's also the tour reaction on here. Had a lot of fun. Anthems on top of anthems. I'm a drum guy. I'm a melody guy. A lot of infectious hooks. A lot of expression. They were throwing dirt on her name around this time. Tay-Tay had to show up and show everybody who I really am. You know what I'm saying? And the worst thing you can do with a great songwriter is weaponize them with bullshit. You know, bullshit, your perception of them. And when someone knows it's not truthful and they're that great at writing songs, they're going to take the subject matter and flip it right back on you. And I feel like that's what Taylor Swift did with Reputation, and I enjoy that. I'm that type of person. If you want to know who Stilo is as a person, who Stilo relates to the most, if it was an album in Taylor Swift's catalog, be Reputation. It would definitely be Reputation. So those are my rankings as of right now. What's the date? June 24th. My rankings right now, subject to change, because like I said, this is based on enjoyment, you know, and I can grow to love other things. Who knows? A couple years from now, I might be like, whew, Evermore is fire, you know? Happens. Music is music. We arrive at different things according to our experience, and it's all about timing. Music is about timing, you know? That's what I've learned. Let me know your thoughts on this, how you feel about this. And I understand that Taylor dropped a record yesterday. Let me know if you want me to review that, react to that, see what I can do. If I react to it, it'll be on my Patreon. If I review it, it'll be cut up and me throwing commentary in between. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while. I had to get something up for the Swifties as I get the other stuff up on my channel. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you are new. Hope you're feeling well. Like that. I'm gone. Y'all be safe.